Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again, and I'm doing a follow-up to a video I posted just recently about changes coming to Splinterforge. And the main change that they're going to implement is to kind of deter players that have not invested any money into the game, the free-to-play crowd. What they're going to do is they're going to implement minimum requirements that your hero has to have in order to earn the full potential Forgium. So what they're talking about doing is for the easiest boss, the bronze boss, your hero has to have a total of 20 stat points. Each hero has 4 base stats. You have damage, armor, speed, and health. Now your starting character has 1 in each of those 4 categories, so you basically start with 4 stat points, which means you can earn 20% rewards going forward if you do not equip your hero at all, if you have a naked hero. So what is the best way for you to get 20 stat points? So I went through and kind of looked at different costs and different ways you could build your hero. To just spend 3,000 Forgium to buy a crate and just kind of take a chance on what you may or may not get, odds are you're going to get 4 commons and 1 rare. The problem is those 4 commons you may get a duplicate. So let's say, for example, you get 2 gloves. Well, you can only really use 1 glove, and it takes 40 of a common to upgrade them. So you've kind of wasted one of the items that you've gotten. So probably the best thing to do, the cheapest method to get these additional 16 points that you need, is to buy 1 piece of each common equipment off the player-to-player Discord channel. You will be able to in a few days when the market goes live. It sounds like they're still working on the alpha version of the market. It will be similar, I think they said, to the Splinterlands market, except there won't be an option to buying credits. It will only be you will purchase the items in Forgium, and the Forgium will get converted to the dollar value. So if you see an item that sells for 1 cent, it would sell for 1 cent in Forgium based on the current price. So just to kind of go over some basics, your hero does start with the 4 stat points: attack, speed, health, and armor. If you were to get a common or rare piece of equipment, that's only going to add 1 stat point. So it really doesn't matter whether you have a rare item or a common. So cheapest, of course, is go to common. Epic equipment would give you 2 stat points, but epics usually sell for at least 3,000 Forgium, and legendary equipment adds 3 stat points, but those will cost you upwards of 10,000 Forgium or more. So you need an additional 16 points. So probably the best thing for you to do is, like I said, get 1 piece of each common equipment, so leggings, boots, gloves, hauberk, and then based on whatever character you plan on playing the most, let's say Ranger, you're going to want to get a bow and a quiver. So you're going to have 6 total pieces of equipment that you're going to purchase. Usually you can get these for around 200 Forgium, maybe 250 Forgium for the boots. Those tend to go a little bit more, and maybe the quiver. But once you get 1 piece of each common equipment, that will fill 6 slots on your hero. That will give you 6 more points. So now you have a total of 10, and that will allow you to at least earn 50%. Now, if you want to get the additional 10 stat points, you have a couple different options that you could do. One is to add sockets to your common equipment. To add 1 socket, which is the most a common piece of equipment can have, will cost you 300 Electrum. The Electrum currency can only be earned by burning a card or through battles. So say, for example, you wanted to burn a common. Let's look at the burn value. So if you were to burn a piece of equipment, the burn value is, let's see, so the burn value, like if you were to burn a common piece of equipment, is normally 10. You get 10 times that in Electrum. So if you're going to burn a common, you'll get 100 Electrum, if you were going to burn a rare, you would get 250 Electrum. So you can either burn 6 rare cards to get enough Electrum to add sockets to your equipment, or you can get that amount by battling. So it won't take you that long, that many days, to get 1500 Electrum. So I would suggest not burning cards. Okay, so now you've got some sockets in your equipment. Now, how many sockets do you need? Well, 2 options. You can either go for 3 sockets or 5. Probably the cheapest way is to put 5 sockets in 5 different pieces of equipment, and then purchase 5 common rubies off the player-to-player Discord channel. Common rubies, I think, go for somewhere around 1,000 Forgium each. You may be able to get them slightly cheaper, but I think 1,000 is probably a good starting point. So it's going to cost you about 5,000 Forgium there. Another option you could have is just to purchase 3 sockets, spend 900 Electrum to put 3 sockets in 3 different pieces of equipment, and then just go for 3 rare gems. You can get a faded ruby that will give you 4 health, so that's plus 4 of a stat. 1 rare attack gem. There's 3 different kinds. Those usually go for about 2,000 Forgium apiece. And then if you can get 1 faded emerald, that will give you 4 armor. That'll be about another 2,000 forge. So that way you only have to put 3 sockets in 3 different items. This will give you 11 stat points, and you should be good to go. The problem is faded rubies, I think, are going for 5 to 10,000 Forgium. So they are a bit pricey. But if you plan on playing this game for a long time, if you can manage to snag one for 5k, get your other 2 runes, you're looking at 9,000 Forgium to get enough stat points to be good to go. So to kind of summarize, your cheapest option, 6 pieces of common equipment, expect to pay 1,200 to 1,500 forge. Add 1 socket in 5 of the 6 pieces of equipment. That's going to cost you 1,500 Electrum. And then go on the market, and hopefully you can get lucky and get each ruby for about 1,000 forge. So your total cost is about 6,500 Forgium and 1,500 Electrum. Your other option is just to purchase those 6 pieces of equipment and just add 3 sockets. You're going to want to add 1 socket to your weapon, and then the other 2 sockets can be in any other pieces of equipment. One you will put a ruby in for some health, and the other one you will put an emerald in for extra armor. This will probably cost you 9 to 14,000 Forgium. So you're looking at a total cost here of 10 to 15,000 Forgium and 900 Electrum. So it looks kind of expensive, but then when you consider if you were going to spend 15,000 Forgium, that would only get you 5 bags or 5 crates, and you would not get any gems. You can see that this is really not that expensive. If you were just kind of going to roll the dice and say get 2 crates and 2 bags, you would probably spend close to 15,000 Forgium, but you're really taking a risk on the items that you would get, and I would say you're nowhere guaranteed able to get enough value to get your hero to 20 stat points. Now you may get lucky. You may purchase 1 crate and get a legendary, and you can turn around and sell that for 10,000 plus Forgium, but your odds of pulling a legendary I think are about 1 in 25 crates. So your safest option, at least for now, the 6 pieces of common equipment. Like I said, you can go to the Discord server. I will leave a link in the description so you can go there. I have used it several times, have not had any issues. People are always willing to trade, and they trade very quickly and very efficiently, so more than likely you will not have any problems on the Discord server. Like I said, the other thing you can do is play Splinterforge now. Try to earn as much Forgium as you can, and save up your Forgium for the marketplace. Like I said, that should be due in a few days. Okay guys, so I hope this helps. Like I said, these changes are not going to come out in the next week or so. It sounds like this is going to take at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. They did mention they might want to get this out, these changes, at the same time as the marketplace. Now, if they do that and the market comes out in a few days, that doesn't give you a lot of time to get started. But hopefully, if you've seen this video, you can start playing Splinterforge right now. Get as much Forgium as you can. Get on the Discord server. Like I said, even if you only have 300 or 400 Forge, you might be able to pick up a couple common pieces of equipment and get started. So if you're serious about Splinterforge, this is something you definitely want to do. You want to make sure that your hero is equipped at least at the bronze level, so you can start earning 100% of the Forgium, which for bronze, let me just put this down, is about 12.5 Forgium max per fight. That seems to be the cap. So you have to do 300 damage to earn that 12.5 Forgium. So going forward, if you have a naked hero, you're going to have to do 300 damage, and you're only going to earn about 2.5 Forge. So this will make a huge difference in your overall earnings to get your hero geared up. So hope you guys found this useful. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any other questions on Splinterforge, how to equip your hero, or any other questions in general about Splinterforge, please leave them in the comments. I will try to get back to those as soon as I can. I'm going to keep looking at other options for you guys for building your hero. But like I said, just buying random crates and bags, unless you're going to spend a lot of money. I mean, if you're going to buy 50 or more bags, 50 or more crates, you really won't have to worry about getting the 20 stat points. You'll be able to do that easily. But if you're on a budget, this is probably the cheapest way that you guys can get geared up and get going. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I will have another Splinterforge video soon. Take care.